Back to Relationship Wise. Welcome back to my wife. Hey, baby, back on the show. Hey. So it is episode 18, man. Before we get started, make sure y'all follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go ahead and also go over to our Instagram. I'll make sure to link it down below. Follow us, man. We trying to grow our page. Stop playing, right? Right, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Don't me. Tell the people something. And now she's gonna take a cute little sip of her water.
Mm-hmm.
Lord. But yeah, tell them, listen, go ahead and follow us. Drop any dilemmas you got with the family, the friends, etc. If you're listening on any audio platforms, go ahead and follow and drop a 5-star review. You know what I'm saying? Just we trying to grow this shit. You know what I'm saying? Help us elevate. Listen, Patreon coming soon. I got like 3 more episodes, and then we finna turn up. You know what I mean? So, baby, go ahead and tell them what we're talking about today. The attachment. The attachment what? The attachment.
You're not introducing a topic?
Fine,
you the one came up with the topic. I don't know nothing.
Oh, Lord. So this week we're talking about attachment styles, y'all. So we're going to talk about the 4 different attachment styles and how they affect everybody around us. I mean, basically put, you get them really from your childhood and your upbringing. So how those first relationships you have affect all the other relationships you end up having, right? So let's get into it, baby. So the 4 attachment styles are anxious attachment style, the avoidant attachment style, right? The disorganized, which could be also classified as fearful avoidant, and the secure attachment style, right? Right. So basically, this comes from the evolutionary perspective of cultivating strong relationships and maintaining them has both survival and reproductive advantages. For this reason, the author of this, who I can't pronounce his name, focused on the human desire to seek, connect, love, support, and comfort in others and their intimate needs for belonging. All right. So the first one, let's talk about the anxious attachment style. Right. This can be classified as anxious or preoccupied. Right. So adults with anxious attachment styles tend to have a negative self-view, but a positive view of others. Sounds like a few people I know, right? Because someone with this attachment style deems themselves to be less worthy of love in comparison to others. In other words, they have a deep fear of abandonment, right? So you ever been in a relationship with a person who they always like, no, don't leave me. Just come back. I always want to be around you. It seems like they're too clingy or too, they don't ever have a life of their own outside of you. They want to focus mostly on you. This is that anxious person, right? So some of the people you could think of in pop culture are people like Ross from Friends, right? Or Huey from The Boys, because we're watching The Boys right now. So, I mean, these characters, if you look at them for real, they're always neurotic. They're always insecure. They're always like, I don't know what's going on in my relationship, and I have to find out. And they kind of claw their ways back into, their relationship, or they cause more harm than good because they really trying to just fight to make sure everything is safe when there's no need for that extra level of safety in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So baby, you want to go ahead and do the second one?
Avoidant, dismissive. Mm-hmm. People with the avoidant and dismissive attachment styles tend to have a positive self-view and negative one of others.
Right.
Avoidant people have a high sense of independence and self-sufficiency, especially on an emotional level. They do not want to depend on others, have others depend on them, or seek support and approval in social bonds.
Right. Right. So, I mean, and go ahead, give them the characters, babe.
Maxine from Living Single.
Yeah. And Frenchie from The Boys. Yeah. I mean, and this attachment style, the avoidant dismissive, is that person who always play it real cool. Like the person who always is running away from love because they feel like, you know what, I don't necessarily need it, or I don't want people to depend on me because I've been hurt so much in the past that I might as well give everybody the cold shoulder. I might as well be cold and distant from people. This is the person who, runs away from you before you run away from them. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of times people have this avoidant attachment style because their parents didn't show them necessary love when they was growing up, right? Like, this is the person who always wanted the love from that parent, or whether it's, more lap time with mom or more fun with dad or what have you. And dad or mom wouldn't really give them the time of day. They'd just be like, oh, well, I'm too busy right now. Oh, well, it's not that important. Just we'll talk about it later, or we can hang out later. And then that parent never got back to them. So that informed the way they see the world and their dating life. So they always try to push people away because they feel like people are going to push them away first. So, yeah. Right. So the disorganized attachment, or disorganized / fearful avoidant attachment, are people with disorganized attachment styles, and they tend to uh, go between the traits of being both anxious and avoidant, right? Depending on their moods or circumstances, right? It's that friend who, it almost seems like this that friend that's a hot ass mess. You feel me? They always doing the most. They always being extra. It seems like they don't know whether they going or they coming, right? For adults with disorganized attachment, the partner and the relationship themselves often are the source of both desire and fear, right? So we could argue that this is that narcissistic person. You know what I'm saying? Like, this person always trying to, like, make sure everything is good, but then whenever they're angry, they feel like everybody else around them should be angry. They are the people who try to control the mood and energy of everything around them because they want to be the kind of the star of the show. And if everything is about them, and if they're not feeling good, nobody else should be feeling good, right? You know, and think of people like Homelander from The Boys. Like, he is all over the place. He sometimes want to be a baby, but then he also the most powerful person in The Boys, and then he always he's always like, oh, I want people to be honest with me, but when they're honest with him, he kills them. And then, he all over the place emotionally. There's nothing about him that's stable. He's definitely that textbook narcissist type. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Go ahead with the last one, baby. The secure attachment.
Secure attachment. The secure attachment style implies that a person is comfortable expressing emotions openly.
Mm-hmm.
So adults with a secure attachment style can depend on their partners and in turn let their partners rely on them. Although some with this attachment styles often thrive in their relationships, they also don't fear being on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Secure attachers tend to have a positive view of themselves and others, so they don't overly seek external approval and or validation.
Yeah.
People like that is like Khadijah from Living Single,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Otis,
Otis
and Eric from
from
Sex
Sex Education.
Education.
Yeah, they friendship. And MM, or Mother's Milk, from The Boys, right? So these are people who basically they just secure. Like, they're not too anxious, they're not too avoidant. They take things and challenges head on, and they're not afraid to face it. Yes, they are human beings, so they do have fears. They do have some level of anxiety, but they understand that eventually everything will be all right, and I'll be able to work things out with this person. Or if not, it's gonna be okay because they grew up in that household where love and affection was regular, was abundant. It wasn't just occasional. You feel me? So this person always got kind of everything that they really and truly needed. So yeah, I was thinking too. It's funny because when I looked something else, it was talking about Otis and Eric, and I was like, they do kind of have a secure friendship. Like, of all the TV people we see, like, they pretty solid. And so is like Mother's Milk, and Pam and Jim too from The Office. Anybody who watched The Office, I do. So yeah, like, those characters are definitely a secure attachment. So yeah. So babe, based on the information, what
Don't
kind of
ask
attachment
me.
style?
I don't know.
No. Do you think I have? Not you, man. Don't worry about me.
I don't know.
Do you think I have anxious, avoidant, secure, or disorganized?
Maybe secure.
Yeah. I feel like I got secure. I mean, I think when I took the test, which also I'm going to link the test to the attachment styles down below.
I ain't never heard of no attachment style, so
we did this before.
This is your show. I'm just here.
Here you go. We talked about it, I think briefly, because it was something that came up a couple years ago that I wanted to talk about because I feel like it's important because we don't look at it like we know that how our parents raised us, affected us, and the type of love that they gave us affects us in dating and relationships, but we don't know how. Mm-hmm. And this is one of those things that I feel like was just important to talk about because it's like, yeah. But yeah, I think when I took it out, I was secure. With you, I feel like you were more of you were like, because the way they have it on the website, I believe they can classify you as 2. So like, I think you were like secure avoidant or something like that. I can't remember. Mm-hmm. You have to go back and look. And granted, I don't think you like super avoidant, but you also like, you the type of person who, if you feel like you're not being loved the way you want to be loved, you're going to shut down as opposed to like approach it. You're going to be like, I ain't finna talk about this shit right now. Fuck this. I'm not with this shit. Is that like you?
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's that. It's just funny to like be able to understand like, okay, the way these are important ways to look at the way we was raised. So yeah. Okay. So next segment, I kind of want to talk a little bit about what you call it, the show that we watched, the show recommendation.
Oh, Supacell.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What was your thoughts on the show Supacell, baby?
I liked it. I mean,
what happened? What you thinking?
I'm like, I liked it, but like, I may have a different view of it. Mm-hmm. A different view of the show, only because like he was doing everything to stop his fiance from dying or whatever. Mm-hmm. And when it actually happened, I did not care. Like I was, I'm like, see, this is why you died,
right?
Because it was like one point in the show, she was like, "Why? What did I do to the? What do you mean? Look what you're doing. Yeah. This is why you died." And when she died, I did not care.
All right, so let's put some characters on what she's talking about. All right, so the main character, spoilers, okay? If you have not watched the show,
well, not too much spoilers.
I mean, but I'm gonna just give them the kind of gist of what you're talking about, right? So anyway,
because technically they could see that in the trailer.
Okay, but yeah. Anyway, so main characters though. So you got Michael, who is a person who can teleport, and he could also go to and from the future and freeze time. And Michael's the main character. His fiance is a girl named Dion. She don't got power, right? So it clearly in the beginning of the show, they find out Dion is gonna die, like at a certain date, 3 months from I think that current moment, and
3 months from when he proposed.
Was it 3 months from when he proposed? Mm-hmm. Okay, 3 months from when he proposed, and then in the last episode, she ends up dying tragically, sadly enough. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and I'm not sure. Like, I don't know if they show that part though. That's why I said spoiler because I don't know if they. I don't know if they show her like she actually dies until like the last episode.
I don't think it might show that she actually dies. I don't even know if it shows him when he teleported to whatever. But
and yeah, but no. Funny enough, like to her point. Sis was all over the place. She kept trying to help people who really and truly didn't. She was helping people who needed the help, but she wasn't in the capacity, didn't have the strength or ability to help like that. She could help in terms of like raising information and awareness and telling her man and other people, superpower people where to go. But bro, she was just.
It's not even that. It's like
go ahead.
He was trying to do everything to stop her from dying. Mm-hmm. And she was trying to help him figure out what he was going through. Yeah. So, but at the same time, she kept telling him to stop going looking for these people because he was come back with bloody face and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And at the same, he told her to stop looking into it to avoid her getting too involved.
Yeah.
Because maybe that's what kills her. She get too involved. That's exactly what fucking killed her. And she got too involved.
Right. And caveat, he was trying his best not to tell her what was gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Right. He for episodes 1 to 5, he didn't tell her Or no, at the end of episode 5, he tells her.
He didn't tell her till like the very end.
Yeah, episode 5. They have 6 episodes.
That same day she died. Like, literally.
Yeah, so he basically told her that, like, he was like, oh, I heard you finna die. Like, I know you're gonna die. That's why I've been trying so hard to figure this out without you. And then she's like, oh, well, I mean, like she's trying to make up excuses, but so the whole season essentially, she over here going around doing dangerous shit, looking for people. It was hella crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know who? Okay. My favorite character. I just want to say, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I would say she didn't die the way I expected it to play out, because I thought she was gonna die some other way, but now, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the characters, right? So you have Michael, who's the main character. Again, he teleports, stops time, and travels through time. Mm-hmm. You have Sabrina. She has a telekinetic power. She's also a nurse in the show. Dope actress. Andre, you see Andre for BMF in a few different shows. He has super strength. Rodney is damn near the Flash. You know, he got super speed.
He the British Flash.
And then Taser can be invisible, and I believe I think he kind of got like regular or super. No, not super strength, but just he can go invisible, right? And low key, he my favorite character. Like Taser, I don't know what about him. I think because he's such a hood dude, but like, he didn't do nothing that was unprincipled to me. Like he stood 10 toes down in any scenario, whether it was the gang of people trying to run up on him. He was like, nah, bro, I don't care what y'all got going on. It's gonna be me against all y'all, and I don't care. And I was lit. I was like,
when they came up on there, and they was like, oh, we got you cornered or something like that. And he was like, nah, you the one that's cornered, and then he went invisible
and it was like,
and started stabbing people.
Yo, that shit was
crazy.
Yeah, and what you call it? That girl had set them up, and look, hey. But anyway. So, but yeah, his character was, I think, the most lit to me, because like in everything, when his friend got shot because of him, he was feeling some type of way. When they had the whole car thing where they had stole the dude brick by leaving the car door open, but nobody knew who was there. Like that, I was like, okay, like he was really about something. Like him and Michael were, I guess, my top two, but like Taser just off GP of him being like dope.
And the sister, Sabrina's sister.
Oh yeah, Sabrina's sister. What's her name?
Charlene.
Yeah, Charlene was kind of funny. I ain't gonna hold you. Charlene had an attitude, and she was low key. She was low key like a little what's the word I'm looking for? Like thirsty, I guess. But at the same time, like she was lit though. I liked her character for what it was, because she.
Hopefully, I want to see.
Go ahead.
Because I feel like obviously it's gonna be another season or whatever.
Yeah, because this is number 2 on Netflix in the US.
Because the way it ended. I need to know more. Yeah,
fact. It did end up on
especially with the sister's character, Charlene.
Yeah,
without saying too much, but
yeah. Think we had up down everything. But he ended up going. All right, fine. I ain't finna spoil it. Okay. But I was thinking too, or I was gonna ask you before we go on, who was your favorite character?
I don't think I really had a favorite.
Or who stuck out to you the most then? Boy, Taser stood on GP, man.
Who is Gabriel?
Gabriel is...
Oh, that's the brother. Michael's brother.
Oh, it's his brother? That was his best friend. Anyway, either way.
I think it was his brother.
Yeah, the owner of Onyx, the nightclub. Yeah.
I don't think I really have a favorite. I just know the people who piss me off the most in the show.
Besides
the fiance, it was Rodney.
Whose name is it Diane or Dion? Dion. She was a solid sister. She had her own job, stand-up sister, but she was doing too much. And Ronnie, what about Ronnie pissed you off?
Because he wouldn't stop using it. He got cocky with his power.
Yeah, he did. He was like, he was out here slanging weed whole time. He was like getting 5 minutes beat up. He was like, all right, he was texting everybody. He was texting all his customers.
If I'm not there in 5 minutes,
or less, it's free. I'm like, bro, you finna get people roped. And they was just watching everything on CCTV. Like, they had into the cameras, the whole nine. I'm like, nah, that's crazy. Like, that's hella crazy. And he seemed like the type. He seemed like the type who, because he didn't really care about the consequences, like, he's the only one of them who really ain't have nothing to, like, lose. Cause he was broke. He, his mom, sadly enough, in the show, had married a racist dude, and, like, the racist dude didn't even want her around. So when his friend got put in the hospital, he was like, "Mom, can I live with you?" And she was like, "No." And he was just, like, all over the place. So his whole character was built on survival. You feel me? Like, he was just out here, like,
I guess.
he was just sketchy, like, you feel me? I mean, to use the British word, he was dodgy as hell, like, he was. So it made sense because he literally had nothing to lose. Where, like, Michael had something to lose. Andre he got his son, which I like the way they portrayed that father-son thing too, because he just came out of prison, and he was trying to he's not trying to win custody or something, but he's trying to win his son's love through actually being there since he's been gone for so long. His son is a teenager and stuff. So, like, the fact that, like, he was like, all right, let me just chill. Let me actually try to hold an actual job and not do nothing illegal. And let me make sure that I'm gonna try to at least pay my baby mom something. And every gangster dude who was trying to approach his son, he was like, "Nah, bro, y'all ain't finna have my son dealing no drugs." So that was stand up too. So yeah, all in all though, I'll give them a good 9 out of 10. It's a dope show. If you ain't watch it, go ahead and watch that show, man. Cause listen, and yeah, man. I mean, to me, it was just solid. It was just solid. Let's see.
Ooh, excuse me. Sorry.
Someone tired?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, just woke up from a nap.
Shit, we both did. Whole time. Any other show recommendations, babe, before we hit it?
I haven't seen the show yet, but a lot of people be saying that Your Honor is good. So I've heard that from coworkers. My mama keep telling me to watch it, and I haven't got to it yet. So,
what shows are you watching now?
Nothing interesting.
Not Sex in the City?
No.
You not watching no more?
No, I saw that a while ago.
Oh, really? I thought you still watching it.
No, I'm watching 911. And then, because I caught up on all of my... One thing about me, I love a good hospital show. I love a little cop show, a little medical firefighter show. That's my type of thing. So I've caught up on all my shows, like Grey's Anatomy. I caught up The Good Doctor. What was the other one I was watching at the same time? Not Amber Alert. Missing him.
All I know is about Will Trent. Only one you ain't mentioned.
Oh, I did watch that, and it's another cop show, like a
911. So you already said 911.
No, it's about the people who put out Amber Alerts, like the missing person. Person. That's what it's called.
Okay.
I'm like, missing missing person.
Yeah.
That was really good. And then, so once I finished that, I went to something that I never finished, which was 911. So finishing that.
Okay.
Until something else catch my eye. That maybe once I finish that, I'll start Your Honor. Well, that's something we watch together. I got shows that I watch myself, and then shows we watch.
Yeah. Same. I need to finish Monk. Like, I've been playing around not finishing Monk, the detective show. It's pretty. We don't watch Supacell all in one day. We watched that with all of 4th of July.
Anyway, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, we watched that junk in like 4 hours. Just better that. So I got to finish Monk, and I think that'd be my problem. I'll be pushing through the last couple episodes of every show that's like not 30 minutes. Cause Monk is like a good 40-something minutes. It's like an hour long show. So I got to push through that because it's like, but it's a good show though. I'm on season 7. I think it's 8. So I got to finish that. And what other one? No, that's pretty much it. So listen, y'all, hey, drop in the comments below. Drop some show recommendations because I need some shows to watch. I need to get in my show bag. Man, The problem is, right, in our relationship, right, it be shows I like to watch, right, and I'll be ready to start them shits, but then she don't be ready to start them shits. So, like, for example, something that we haven't finished.
No. I'm going to say, this is how you introduce a show to me.
Okay, go ahead.
You find something on TV, watch a trailer or whatever, or may have heard of it, and then you wait until you're ready to watch it to say, hey, you want to watch this? Give me a heads up.
That was the heads up. Hey, are you ready to watch it? What are you talking about?
Day that you
Yes, that is the heads up. Because, like, listen, it'd be like, for example, with Supercell, right? Nira and Phil had said, they was like, yo, you should watch it, da-da-da. And I'm like, all right, cool. Let me ask Babe if she want to watch this. Okay. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I asked you, and you were like, well, it seemed like a little interesting. And then we ended up watching it the next day because you was off. That's cool. That's different. But, like, shows like All Rise. I started watching the show All Rise by myself. Guess who wants to tag along once I'm in season 2?
Okay, listen. No.
Okay, go ahead.
No, because I just literally just said this. What are the type of shows that I like to watch? Cop shows, detective show, medical show. If that's a court show, that's something related to what I like to watch.
But who can?
So you should have even said, "Hey, you want to watch this?" When you started it.
No, because I started. I remember just started watching it because I'm like, court shows can be iffy. They could be literally about the law.
No, I've seen court shows before.
Like what?
I can't remember. I watched so much stuff.
Okay, fine. So I understand this in your realm, but it ain't a cop show. Like if it was like if it was like I don't know, what's the show that you like to watch? The Blue Bloods. That's different. If it's like LAPD something or something that's specifically a cop show, I'm gonna be like, all right, cool.
That's in the same realm.
No. If it was that, then I would ask.
I'm saying All Rise is in the same realm.
Okay. I started watching Law and Order SVU. Would you want to watch that?
I started watching that.
When?
It's on Hulu.
And it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, I started watching it on Hulu.
Oh, okay. I started watching it on Disney Plus.
See.
So I mean, but would you want to watch that from the jump?
I've been watching it from the jump.
Oh, okay, good. Because I mean, but see, that's different though, right? Because I watched like an episode or 2 and I'm like, all right, this is pretty cool, and I fell asleep. And I was like, maybe I'll ask her if she want to watch this.
I watched a couple episodes already. I'm still probably in season 1, but I'm still a couple episodes in.
Or like when I started watching Monk, which is a detective show.
I love Monk.
Me too. But like, I think I started watching Monk first.
No, lies.
Go ahead, tell me.
Lies. We started watching one together.
I watched the episode first by myself.
No, you didn't. We watched it together.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
We ordered food. Okay. It was probably a Friday because that's the only time we really order food and sit down and watch TV together. Mm-hmm. And then we said, hit Monk. So you said you want to watch Monk? And I said, yeah, sure.
Okay, but time out. Every Friday when we get food together, we could be watching any one of her shows, any one of my shows. So that don't count. And here's how I know. The point I'm trying to make
is that we started it together.
That's all I'm trying to know. That's the point. No, here's how I know we ain't started together. Because I'm on season 7 and she don't care.
I do care, but you keep watching it by yourself to the point where I literally am going to have to start it by myself to keep up with it. Yes. That's why I didn't say anything, because you keep watching it by yourself. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to just watch it by myself eventually.
Fair.
You see?
No.
But we started it together.
We did not start it together. We did. I was standing on that. We didn't start that shit together. I don't know what you're talking about.
Together.
And here's the thing, too. It always seemed like whenever I want to start a show, y'all, whenever I want to start a show, Dolo, she always want to tag along. I'd be like, oh, I want to watch the show. And then she'd be like, ooh, that look kind of interesting. That happened with All Rise.
Because it's my type of show.
Anyway, that happened with what other shows that I started watching and you started wanting to watch the shit too? Even old shows like How I Met Your Mother. I think I started at Dolo and then you tagged along in it.
We were dating when we started watching that.
It's the principle is still the principle, baby. You over here trying to figure out a timeline.
You still watched it without me.
I watched it before you started watching it is the point I'm making.
I'm saying you started it before me. and we was watching it together when I came over to your dad's house. Mm-hmm. But you were still watching it when I wasn't there. So I don't get it.
The point I'm making is normally whenever I want to watch a show, you end up wanting to watch the same show.
Am I supposed to come over to somebody's house and then say, I don't want to watch this. I'm going to watch something else?
That's not the point.
I let you watch the show that you are watching. And then as I'm watching, I'm like, oh, this is pretty interesting. Right. I never said, oh, you can't watch it without me.
Fair. But then when I start watching, but when I start watching it without her, she be tripping. I gotta make sense. How when I start wanting to watch my own show that I included you in on, you now want to watch it together. Whenever she want to watch a show by herself, I'll be like, go ahead, that's you, fam.
You should have never included me.
You know
how I am with TV shows. I get invested.
So do I. I be getting so invested. First of all, excuse me. This is like hella, first of all, okay? First of all, the show, what's the animated superhero show that's on Amazon that we're supposed to be watching? Season 2 of Invincible. Why we ain't watching Invincible yet?
Because we're waiting trying to
on Quintasia.
No, because you be hopping around picking shows.
I'm off for the summer. I could watch the show. I could watch the show every night.
No, I mean, like, you might say Invincible now. Okay, right. Then you be like, oh, I saw this show. Like, we were supposed to watch, what were we supposed to watch before Supacell? I can't remember. We were supposed to watch another show before Supacell, but then you saw Supacell and was like, oh, okay.
Well, we talked about watching Your Honor because your mom said that.
No, it was another show that you showed me, the trailer. I can't remember.
Okay. Well, if she can't remember, it must not be important.
Yeah, then he gonna come around, talk about Invincible, then the show gonna pop up on TV. Oh, baby, you wanna watch this?
Listen,
and then Invincible get put to the back burner.
It is.
In my book, I like to keep things in order. Or not in order, but like a routine. Okay. We gonna do this show, finish this show, and do this. So you were trying to start multiple shows at once. I can't do that.
Okay, fair.
When I watch my TV shows by myself, the shows that I be watching, I stick to one at a time. Fair. If it's only time I switch up a show, it's because it's a show that me or you are watching together. That's a together show. And my self show is different.
Listen, all I know is, yo, I need to tighten up. I hear you,
you
but
need to tighten up.
Listen, but yeah, listen. Send your show recommendations, okay? Because I definitely need something to watch.
Yeah, he needs some himself shows.
Myself some himself shows. Anyway, y'all send our recommendations.
So into a whole show disagreement.
But yeah, any last thoughts before we wrap, baby? Anything on the attachment styles?
Nope, I'm hungry.
I'll make sure to link the quiz to the attachment styles down below. And y'all, please drop a comment below if y'all show that y'all watching, because I need some new shows. I ain't gonna hold you. Your boy needs some new shows, especially so I don't piss her off, okay? And we don't get into no more arguments, especially on camera. Thank you.
It's not even an argument. It's a light banter.
But yeah, make sure to follow us on Instagram, man. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. And